Hey, Tina, are you there? I just wanted to let you know that at the start of next month, I'm gonna have to go away on a business trip for about the whole week.
Wait a second. You're telling me that you're going to be away on a business trip at the start of next month for about a week long?
Yeah, that is pretty much what I just typed out to you. But the thing is that there's just a lot of work that needs to be done on one of our work sites, and I guess the company wants me there to observe. That, and I'll be taking one of our newer employees with me to the site, so I'll be having to monitor them and teach them some of the ropes of what we do.
Oh, darn, I see. Well, I guess if you have to go, you have to go. But do you know which site it is that you'll be going to already?
Oh, come on, you know that in the end I always end up going to the same place when stuff like this happens. They're sending me out to Chicago as per usual.
Oh, I see. Well, normally it's just that they only send you out for a couple of days at a time at the very most. So I thought since this was for a whole week that it might have been a different place. Actually, it's funny you say Chicago though, because my little sister Ginny told me that she was going to be in Chicago at around the same time you're going to be there. Kind of funny timing. Such a small world when you think about it.
Oh, wait a second. You're telling me that your little sister Ginny is also gonna be in Chicago for the same period of time that I'm gonna be there? Huh. Well, maybe if it works out, we could go out for dinner or something together, unless she's not already going with someone else, that is.
Well, I think that actually she has started dating someone, and I think she was mentioning to me that she was going to go with this new guy of hers on this trip.
Okay, I understand. Well, in that case, I'll probably just hold off from inviting her out then. I wouldn't want to impose or anything like that.
Yeah, I mean, I guess in the end it's your call. Who knows? Ginny might even think it's great getting to meet you in Chicago since it's just such a coincidence.
No, come on now. You know that I'd hate to interrupt any time she might have with her boyfriend or whoever. I wouldn't want to do that to her. Besides, I don't really know what I'd even do, even if she was just going to Chicago by herself. After all, I don't really think that we've ever even had a meal, just the two of us, so I don't even know what kind of things the two of us would even talk about.
Really? That actually kind of surprises me. I think that you two probably have a lot more in common than you might think. I mean, you both like to drive around and really like cool cars. And actually, now that I think about it, you both really enjoy playing golf as well. Maybe I could try to talk to her and see if we could all do a couple of holes together.
Oh, really? I had no idea that she liked cars and golf. I guess that's good to know for the future.
Well, actually, Ginny told me that she had just started playing golf because her new boyfriend does, and so she was wanting to get better at it.
Oh, I see. Well, then maybe it's actually the case that I'd get along well with her boyfriend instead.
Well, either way, it sounds like the three of you could probably have a fun time together, so I guess that's good to keep in mind for this upcoming trip. Although, that being said, I think there's something just a little off about this new guy that she started dating.
You think there's something off about your sister's new boyfriend? How do you know that? Have you ever met the guy?
No, I haven't met the guy or anything like that. But the thing is that whenever Ginny has gotten a new boyfriend in the past, she always sends me pictures of him. But this time, I haven't heard a single word news about who this guy is or what kind of person he is. So I guess that's what I would say is weird about the situation this time.
Oh, really? Huh? And here I would have thought that you would have appreciated your sister not blowing up your phone with her new man like she has every single other time.
Yeah, I mean, she did used to go quite a bit overboard. I think I got a photo of her and last boyfriend just about every single time they did something together. I would get photos of them going out for a walk, shopping, getting ice cream, and sure it was a lot, but I never really minded it all that much.
Well, I mean, even though she's your little sister, she's already in her mid-20s, so maybe she's finally settled down and she isn't the kind of person to do that anymore?
I mean, that's not a bad idea, actually. But I guess now I just want to make sure that everything is okay with her current boyfriend.
You mean you're worried about the kind of guy who your sister is with? Do you really not think that Ginny can handle herself?
It's not that I don't think she can't handle herself, but it's just that, well, she is my little sister after all, and I just want to make sure that she's doing all right. After all, I remember there was this time that she was dating this guy who was actually already married. Can you believe that?
Oh, really? Your sister dated someone who was already married? Huh. Well, yeah, I guess if that's the kind of person your sister has in her dating history, I understand why you would be concerned.
Right? Thank you for starting to see some of what I was getting worried about. I remember when that whole thing came crashing down and the guy's wife sued them both for the affair. In the end, she went crying to our parents, promising never to do anything like that again if they would pay for all the legal bills.
Oh, wow, that sounds like things went really, really poorly. I had no idea that any of this had happened with Ginny at all.
Well, it really is the truth. I remember my mom was just beside herself. She was so ashamed. And my dad threatened to cut her off forever if that happened again.
Wow, I had no idea that things got so bad between your sister and your parents. That must have been a crazy time. But now, Ginny lived with your parents at their house, right?
Yeah, well, they were going to kick her out. But she convinced them that if she was going to repay them, that she would need a place to stay. But then she ended up having an affair with one of her bosses, and then she ended up losing her job anyways. So I think my parents just didn't know what to do with her at that point. But knowing my dad, this really is her last chance not to screw up her life like she's done before in the past.
Oh, wow. Okay, I'm starting to understand all of what you were saying earlier now. But hopefully this time your sister has really learned her lesson and nothing like that is ever gonna happen again.
I mean, I really do hope that that's the case for my sister's sake. But anyways, my lunch break is going to be wrapping up pretty soon here.
All right, I won't take up any more of your time then. Good luck with the rest of work today. Also, I might have to work late tonight, so go ahead and eat dinner without me.
Oh, Tina, are you there? I was just wondering if you finally got those photos of my trip that I sent you. Have you had a chance to look at them yet?
Hey there, Jenny. Yes, I got the photos that you sent me of your trip to Chicago. It looks to me like you're having a really good time over there.
Oh, come on. That's not enough for me. I want to hear all about what you think of the photos that I sent and what I'm doing and stuff. I mean, did you see the picture of the hotel where I'm staying at? My boyfriend went all out and got us one of the most expensive suites in the whole place. Have you ever had a guy do something like that for you in all your life?
No, I guess I really can't say that I've ever had anyone ever spend that much money on a hotel for me.
Are you kidding me? I didn't think you were actually going to say that had never ever happened to you. I mean, are you really telling me that even Eric never once did this for you?
Yeah, that's right. Eric never once went all out for a hotel room on the trips that we've taken. We normally just stay at average hotels and take normal rooms to use our money on other things.
Oh, I see. Well, I have to say, that really is just so sad for you, you know that? You really do have all my pity.
Oh, well, thanks, I guess. But I don't really think that it's anything that I need to be really pitied for now, to be perfectly honest with you.
Man, what is up with you, sis? You are acting just so coldly towards me. Do you know that? If you're wondering why men don't spend more money on you, it's probably because you're always so serious. All I'm saying is that you could just be a bit more of a fun-loving person. Then your husband might want to spend just a bit more money on you know what I mean?
Well, I really appreciate your input on my relationship. But I think that I know how to make my own husband happy, thank you.
Are you really sure about that? I just am not so sure, to be honest with you. In fact, I think I feel even more sorry for him than I do you sometimes with how charmless you are.
Hey, Ginny, aren't you on vacation with your boyfriend right now? I would think that you would want to be spending time with him rather than messaging me like this.
Oh, well, actually, my boyfriend is just in the shower right now, so I have plenty of time to text you all I want. Don't you worry about that.
Well, I certainly am glad that I can help you find ways to kill time, but unfortunately, I have some things that I need to take care of, and I just don't have time for this conversation anymore.
Wait, what? What do you mean? What are you busy with? I mean, it isn't like your husband is even home, right? I thought that Eric was out on a business trip right now.
Oh, well, yes, he is out on a business trip, but I don't think that I ever told you about his trip now that I think about it.
Oh, well, of course you didn't say anything to me about it. But I heard about it from Eric himself, if you must know. He told me about how we'd end up in Chicago at the same time. So he offered to take me out to this tasty place that he knew of in the city. It really was so nice and thoughtful of him.
Oh, I see. I didn't know that he did that for you. Well, I am glad that you two got to catch up at least.
Oh yeah, it's been a really great time. Eric seems to really know the city like the back of his hand. He knows all the best spots. And thanks to him, he's made this such an amazing trip. It really has gone beyond all of my expectations that I had for this place. All right, that actually reminds me. I bought you a souvenir. I really, really hope that you like it.
Oh, Jenny, you didn't have to do that. Actually, it is usually Eric who is the one buying me little gifts like that.
Wait a second. You mean that every single time Eric goes away on a business trip, he always buys a gift for you before coming back home?
Yeah, I mean, pretty much. I don't think there's really been a time when he hasn't done that.
Wow, that's so amazing. But I mean, aren't you just a little bit nervous about your husband going on so many trips by himself all of the time?
I don't know what you mean by that. Why would I have anything to feel nervous about?
Well, I just mean, he's out in a new city and away from you. Aren't you worried that he might be out there cheating on you or something like that?
I really don't think that he would do something as stupid as cheat on me while away on business for work.
Well, I guess I understand where you're coming from, but you do know that it's pretty common for affairs to happen on business trips like this, right?
I don't really have anything to worry about at all when it comes to my husband. I trust him.
Oh, Tina, you really are such a poor, sweet girl, do you know that? But with how not worried you seem to be about all of this, I have to wonder if you even love Eric.
Of course I do. Him and I wouldn't have gotten married if we didn't love each other in the first place.
Are you really sure about that? I mean, do you think that Eric really feels like you love him the way that you always act? I guess I just worry sometimes about your husband, and if he really feels like he's getting the love he needs from you.
Well, thank you so much for caring so deeply about the status of my marriage, but I really don't think it's any of your business.
There you go again, being so serious and not letting anyone have any fun at all at your expense. You really can be so mean sometimes, do you know that? There's no need to get so upset.
I'm not upset at all, thank you very much.
Sure, you're not upset, Tina. We all believe you. Oh well, I just heard my boyfriend turn the shower off, so I think things might be getting pretty hot here right about now. Gotta go.
Hey, Tina. I just wanted to let you know that I'm getting moved to a hospital closer to you pretty soon here.
Oh, really? Well, that's good to hear. How are your injuries?
Actually, the doctor said that I might not ever be able to gain function in my legs ever again.
So you're saying that you're going to be in a wheelchair for the rest of your life?
I mean, I guess that's kind of what that implies, right? It really is all so stupid, all from a lousy car accident.
But I don't understand some of the story still, Eric. I mean, I thought you were flying back, so why were you in a car?
Well, it's just that I thought that I would be able to get back faster if I just drove back, and so that's why I ended up renting a car.
I see. Well, I mean, that certainly is an explanation for why.
Please, Tina, don't you understand? I'm gonna be in a wheelchair for the rest of my life. I'm never, ever gonna walk again. I just feel so bad for you. After all, I won't be able to work like this, and you'll have to take care of me for the rest of my life. But don't worry, I am gonna work hard at rehab and do my best to help you around the house.
Eric, what in the world are you talking about? I mean, you know that I know you were in an accident because you were in Chicago having an affair with my sister, right? Do you really think that I would ever in a million years want to take care of you after you did something like that? It's good to know that you're getting moved to a hospital closer to home, but I don't think that means anything for me.
But, wait, what? What are you talking about? You think that I was cheating with your sister while I was away doing my job?
You know, when I first heard that you were in an accident, I actually bought tickets to Chicago to go and visit you.
But why would you do that? I told you that there was nothing to worry about and you didn't need to come all the way out to see me.
Well, I just did go out to see you, so there. And now I know that it's because you didn't want me finding out about just how you ended up in the accident. But no, I know the truth. All of it.
What do you mean by that? Just what is it that you think that you know?
How about the fact that you and my sister have been having an affair for about 6 months now? And the fact that you've been making up excuses like overtime to go and visit her. Or that you'd invite her here while I was at work.
Oh, come on. You can't actually think that I would ever actually have an affair with your sister behind your back, right? That's just ridiculous.
Oh, I don't even want to talk to you about what I think is ridiculous, thank you very much. Honestly, how can you even sit there and try to deny all of the horrible things that you put me through with this?
I am telling you that you really have got it all wrong here. Your sister and I have nothing to do with each other at all. Besides, you know that your sister has a boyfriend, right?
Oh, please. You really think that I wasn't able to put it together that you're her boyfriend? She was always bragging to me about him all the time, and now I realize that it's because she thought I wouldn't find out it's you. And besides, even if she wasn't sending me pictures directly, you are all over all of her social media accounts.
Hold on a second. Are you kidding me? She's actually posting photos of us together online?
That's right. So if you're going to try and demand that I give you proof of all this, you can go and ask Ginny for some instead. But anyways, all of this is to say that you and I are going to be getting a divorce. If you want some time to take care of you, I suggest going to ask my sister.
Tina, are you there? Please, you have to help me. Mom and Dad kicked me out of the house again. Dad said that this time he was serious and that I should go and live with Eric.
I'm sorry, but I don't really see how I'm supposed to help you out of any of this. Besides, Eric and I are divorced. He has nothing to do with me anymore. In fact, I would think that you wanted to move in with him since he needs you to take care of him now.
But he can't do that. I mean, he can't even walk around on his own now, don't you know that? Besides, it's not like I ever really liked him or anything.
Well, that really isn't any of my business at all. But if you really thought that you could get away with acting this way with other people's husbands, then it was only a matter of time before something like this happened. But you're also the one always going on about how you want to get married and now you have a man who would love for you to have him.
No! This can't be happening. I am not going to marry him, and I never even wanted to marry him to begin with. But now that he can't walk, I'll never want to do anything with him ever again. You can have him back.
And just what makes you think that I would ever take him back after all of this? And as for you, you should have known you were on thin ice. Didn't you just finish paying off Mom and Dad to be able to live with them? You swore to our parents that you weren't ever going to have an affair like you did ever again.
Please, sis. I realize that I screwed up now, but surely you can see that this is just taking things too far, right? Please, I need you to get back with Eric and convince our parents to forgive me. Besides, I only wanted to be with Eric because I thought that he was wasted on you. I mean, he makes so much money and he's so kind and you don't deserve him.
But now you're telling me that you don't want to marry a guy like that?
Well, it's just that now he's in a wheelchair. It means that I'll be the one who has to take care of him.
Yeah, well, it sounds to me like if you want to set things right, that's the only thing you really can do at this point.
But I mean, you can't be serious, right? Don't you realize that Mom and Dad are going to kick me out of the house because of this? You have to do something to help me.
I feel like I've helped you narrow down your only possible option for how to make the most of what you've done to your life. You can either figure out what you're going to do all on your own, or you can stand by the man who you put into the wheelchair he is now in.
This isn't fair! Things weren't supposed to happen like this! You were never ever supposed to find out about any of this!
After that, I stopped responding to Ginny's messages, although that didn't stop her from spamming my phone with calls and texts, and she finally must have taken the hint that nobody was going to be taking her side, or helping her out of the mess she got herself into. Realizing this, she finally accepted the fact that she would have to be with Eric if she wanted to have a place to stay, but not the place she was expecting. After Eric completed his physical therapy, I sued him and my sister for their affair. As Eric was out of a job, him and Ginny had no choice but to sell most of their things just to be able to afford a place to live. Meanwhile, I took my money from the lawsuit and used it to move to a different city and buy an apartment for one. I never thought that my own sister and husband would betray me in the way that Ginny and Eric did, but I am just glad that they both were punished for it and that I was able to walk away from that marriage unscathed. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to see more content like this.